आजकल भी देखा जा रहा है कि पेरेंट्स बच्चों के स्कूल के एडमिशन के टाइम पे एज देखते हैं कि क्या मेरा बच्चा 5 साल में ही फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में जा सकता है या उससे भी छोटी उम्र में जा सकता है। गवर्नमेंट ऐसे ही नहीं कह रही है कि फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड के अंदर 6 साल का बच्चा जाना चाहिए। आई फाइंड इट वेरी स्ट्रेंज when still the parents think that the child might get one more year later in his life to think about or maybe take a break or do whatever. But my question is, what is that urgency? It's okay if somebody wants to pause and then take a step forward. So today we are going to talk about, is it okay to take a gap year in your different phases of life? Now let's figure out what are the few broad categories जब gap लेने का कोई भी सोचता है. Normally it is just after school, between graduation and post graduation, or sometimes between the careers. कोई भी gap लेने के लिए क्यों सोचता है? Sometimes to break the academic momentum. Sometimes somebody feels that the productivity is not that good as expected in their own head. Or sometimes because of the expectations that are not being fulfilled by the people around them. And sometimes it's as simple as they want to take a break to travel, follow their passion, do some activity which is beyond what they've been doing around. Now, the good part of taking a break is it gives you a chance to explore your passion, to increase your financial stability. You can work, travel, and get more experience, sometimes only to figure out how you want to change the stream of your life and your career and your studies when you're not very sure about it. That's why people think of taking a break. But on the other side, there could be chances that breaking of momentum of academics could come back on you. If somebody takes a break which is not structured and purposeful, it can hinder your career growth. You have peers around you. You may sometimes feel that it is psychologically affecting you that you have been left behind. There could be various cons of taking a gap too. Why am I emphasizing that it's okay to take a break? I'm from education industry. I have seen globally in various countries like US, Europe, it's very normal to take a gap year. Rather, sometimes they advise you to so that you apply in a very good college or an institution and prepare for it. कभी-कभी उसके लिए finances इकट्ठे करने के लिए भी लोग gap year लेते हैं. Sometimes to add on a skill that is a prerequisite for that institute also is a reason for gap year. Then why is it such a taboo in India? हम ऐसा क्यों समझते हैं कि ओ शायद ये पढ़ाई में ठीक नहीं होगा या इस पे कोई बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेशर है, प्रेशर नहीं ले पा रहे ये पढ़ाई का. ऐसा क्यों सोचते हैं हम यहाँ पर? I think we should break these myths and taboos around taking a gap year here. There was a study in US done by Hegler and Nelson where they found out the gap year advantages, and they found out that people who took a gap year had a better sense of themselves. They had more clarity of what they wanted to do, and also in the later part of their life, in their careers, they were more satisfied. In fact, there was another study in US in which it said that 90% of the people who took a gap year came back to their studies within a year because they got that clarity. When I say that gap year can be taken, it's okay to take, I don't mean that it should be a waste of time. I mean that you should have in your mind a very good structure, what you want to achieve by the end of it. It should be purposeful. Also, it doesn't mean that you should be stressed in your gap year in order to achieve something. Because if you are stressed in your gap year, it's a red flag. That means definitely you are not doing what you are supposed to do. अच्छा, कभी-कभी क्या होता है कि हम impulsively कोई decision लेते हैं. हमें लगता है हमें किसी ने influence नहीं करा है, ये decision हमारा खुद का है, लेकिन हम उस माहौल में होते हैं तो हम लेते हैं. What I mean to say is, impulsive decision may not be your passion. I'll give you an example. A person has all doctors in their family and child or the student decides to follow medical, took a gap year, went into the preparation for medicine because the child or the student is surrounded by doctors. He thinks that it's nice, it's very cool to be a doctor in the family. But when that child indulges in those studies, they figure out, oh no, this probably was not for me. I am not made for that. And you were already 3 or 4 months in that. At that point, taking a break, taking that decision that, okay, this is not for me, I should try something else, is a wise call. दो बड़े पॉपुलर एग्जाम्पल्स हैं. स्टीव जॉब्स, जिन्होंने फेमसली अपने कॉलेज से ड्रॉप आउट किया, and he came to India, which gave him a lot of power after his meditation and cultural encounters that he made here. He went back and came up with the best invention the world knows today, Apple. He even took a break to learn for calligraphy, and those classes helped him in designing for Macintosh designs. See how wonderful this can work. Another example is Oprah Winfrey, who also took a break from her education for a TV job. She found her passion there. She paused her studies. And the beautiful part is, after I think 10 years, she went back to her university and completed her degree. तो जो मैं कहना चाहती हूँ उसे बहुत ध्यान से सुनना. Gap year लेना is okay, but it should be structured. It should be purposeful. And take it easy during your gap year. Make it worth it. You will always cherish the decision that you did. Signing off, Neha Joshi Jain.